The worst thing you can have in your DMs is an AI chatbot that screams to your leads that it's an AI speaking with them. And maybe this is what it looks like, maybe not. But in this video, ladies and gents, I'll show you the contrast between a cheap AI chatbot with conversion rates worse than $3 an hour VA and an AI DM setter that outperforms a team of 5 intermediate DM setters. And also why you should upgrade your DM setting department immediately. And I think the best way to show you all of these is to first show you the results after replacing human setters and or AI chatbots with an AI DM setting infrastructure for my clients, and the definition of a terrible AI chatbot or a DM setting team that's costing you a lot in opportunities, the signs that you have this, the negative impact of this, and also the best DM setting department structure that you can have in 2025, also moving into 2026, so that you can make the most out of the tech that we have today, and what your next steps would be to make sure that you have the most efficient, cost-effective, and highly converting DM setting department structure. So let's get into it. First thing, here are the results that show that, hey, like this thing works, and you can, judge it yourself. First of all, starting with Jaden, right? He has an Instagram page, 100K followers. He went from paying a team of 5 setters around $8,000 a month in commission and base salaries, and they only had the capacity for 200 leads a day with a 15-minute speed to lead, which is a lot. And he went from this to having or paying less than $4,000 a month for the entire DM setting department that consists of 1 setter and 1 AI, and has the capacity for up to 1,200 leads per day, has 1 minute speed to lead, 24/7 coverage, the same conversion rates that he had before installing the system, and less management headache. And all of this was done in under 30 days. Now, another case is Josh. And Josh also went from an average of 6% booking rate with a team of 5 VAs to an 8 to 10% booking rate with the same framework. This is all by just changing how his team structure and DM setting department is, changing it from 5 VAs to 1 AI and 1 human setter with experience. And all of this was all done in under 30 days as well. And with Jara, it's almost the same case as well. Went from paying $10,000 a month for a team of 5 VAs who just did robotic work with 5% booking rate to 8% booking rate right now with the exact same system that I'm going to show you in this video, and all in under 30 days as well. And here are other successful clients, which I won't cover in depth on this video, but you get the point. This thing works. Now, the thing that I want to cover is the definition of a terrible AI chatbot or a DM setting team, because of course, terrible has a lot of different meanings, and here's what it means to have those. So, first example is you have an automated messages system set up where you send like a DM to your leads who opt in. They tell you, hey, connect with me, or they ask you a question and your automation just replies with another stupid message, or having these messages being sent in one blocks as AI, as a bot, having inconsistent performance, and having your DMs look like this. So I'll cover those in more depth right now, right? So here are the signs that you have a terrible AI chatbot or DM setting team, now that you know what it looks like. Okay, first of all, the messages it sends are taller and wider than Burj Khalifa, like this. You can see these are taller than this. So humans these days can detect whether or not they're speaking to a chatbot, and whether you do have a chatbot or not, just sending those messages in large blocks makes it look very robotic. And this is a recording between a coach I got on a call with, who was explaining to me that they set up this like low ticket type of AI chatbot in their business, and they're sharing like the problems that they were getting, the opportunities that they were losing. And one of them is this.
I'm getting a lot of people asking if it's AI, which I think is a bad sign.
So a lot of people asking her if this is AI they're speaking with because of these large text blocks and because of the reasons that I'm going to list here as well. So the second thing that shows or drops your conversions affect it a lot is if your setters or the AI follow a script rigidly. And here's an example, right? You can have a script that looks like this, with question 1 being, what's your fitness goal? That's if you're like a fitness coach, for example. And then question 2 would be, what's the obstacle holding you back from reaching that goal? Question 3 would be, are you open to advice, as in asking their permission? And question 4 would be, how about we get on a call where I can help you, blah, blah, blah. So it's like proposing the call, right? Now, the lead's response to question 1, which is the fitness goal, might be something like, my goal is to lose 5 kilograms, but my lack of discipline isn't helping me. And as you can see here, they revealed the answer to question 2 by answering, like, first of all, question 1 and having the response to question 2 and also the response to question 3 in one response, in one single response. And here they ask, like, can you help me? They're giving us authority to help them, and they're like giving us permission to help them, so we can skip the question like, hey, are you open to advice? Right? So they answered 3 questions in one single response. In that case, a good AI setter pivots to question 4. So it skips these questions here to not sound repetitive, and goes to question 4 and asks them, hey, how about we get on a call, blah, 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 right? Whereas a bad AI setter, because it follows the script rigidly, it continues asking the next questions like a bot. And this makes the leads feel unheard. And that's the worst thing you can have in your DMs, right? And this is an example recording as well, where, you know, the coach I got on call with is talking about.
So I set it up and I just see, like, it's not necessarily like reading the conversation 100%. Like, it does like maybe 70% of the job. And so if you miss something, like something subtle, it kind of like messes up the whole like connection with the person.
So yeah, that hurts. That hurts for the people on the other side of the screen. And then the third one is sways of the script a lot. And you can realize this, you know, if you have a script that looks like this, again, with the question 1 or criteria 1, what's your fitness goal? You know, the second one is, what's the obstacle holding you back? And the third one is permission, right? The lead's response can be like very similar to the one here, by them saying, my goal is to lose 5 kilograms, but that my lack of discipline isn't helping me. What's the method you use, right? Again, a good AI setter here answers the question and continues qualifying the lead, and by asking them like the questions. And a bad AI setter opens up more doors that lose the structure of the conversation. So for example, a response that a bad AI setter can send is, yeah, I use the 4-day fat loss method. Let me know if there are like other things you want to know more about, right? And then the lead asks another question, and AI just hallucinates another response and ends the sentence with something like, hope this helps. And the cycle goes on and on with no clear path, where AI is just creating those different scripts in its mind, and it goes off the main framework. And this can lead to, first of all, the lead detecting that they're speaking with AI, and also like no purpose for the conversation. This happens a lot with like really bad built and low ticket, AI chatbots. So here's an example as well from the recording where she talks about this.
It's just not acting in the way it should. It's like it's asking questions which aren't on, like, there's no objectives to ask that question. So it's just not following like the script how I'd want it to follow. So I think that's where I'm at. Like, I thought it was going to be like the answer to everything.
Yeah, so of course, like, you cannot be paying a few dollars or $100 a month and expect to get the best AI chatbot in the world that would qualify your leads with the best conversions. And then here's another case where it overbooks unqualified leads as well. This is from the recording.
But like, it's not qualifying the people correctly.
And this leads to also terrible show rates, because first of all, like, she booked the wrong leads. And second of all, the conversations that AI was having weren't that productive, didn't build enough trust to then get those leads on a call and get them to show up.
But the short rates have been horrific.
So these have been like a lot of pain points that this coach I got on call with has, because of the low quality AI chatbot. And then it has inconsistent performance because it's not based on a solid framework to follow, plus sways off the script, plus it's booking in random and unqualified leads. And it doesn't stop and hand over the convos to human in a way where if the lead gives an objection, right? AI handles it worse than my 10-year-old relative who plays Fortnite. Like he can send a better text there. And then it tells AI, like the lead tells AI to contact them later, and AI would keep bouncing messages and replying to lead whenever the lead sends a message. Like the lead sends, okay, I'll contact you later. And then AI says, okay, cool, see you later. And then if the lead says, okay, then AI responds to them and keeps on happening until the lead just stops sending any messages, and it's a weird dynamic. And then as like if the lead asks if this is scam, AI in a robotic fashion tells the lead it's not AI. So it's very ironic, right? So all of these, right, happen when you have a low quality AI chatbot, or you have a bad DM setting team, a bunch of VAs that are just sending messages without reading context, without giving their best to qualify your leads and connect with them on an emotional level. Now, the next thing I want to cover is the negative impact that all of these have on the business, right? So as you know, the main metrics you should be tracking in your DM setting funnel are the leads to call proposed, the call proposed to calendar link sent, the calendar link sent to call booked, and the percentage of qualified booked calls. Because all of these metrics help you understand how big of an impact the current framework, the current team that you have on the whole funnel. So the negative impacts that come from all of these here is, first of all, increased funnel drop-off rates due to poor AI interactions, as you've seen, lower conversion rates as the leads don't feel heard or understood, extended conversion process, reducing overall booking percentages. So the more questions you ask and the more you repeat questions, the less your conversions will become. And also high volume of unqualified booked calls. This is a big problem. Poor show-up rates among qualified leads because the AI didn't have a good conversation with them, damaged brand reputation from obvious automation, and wasted time following up with poor fit prospects. So these are negative impacts, and what's worse is the bigger picture impact. Like, what does this translate in your business? And the real examples is, first of all, extremely low conversion rates plus bad qualification. So with this coach, like, these are the negative impacts she's having, right? So 23 booked calls, she got that. Only 6 of them were qualified, which means AI wasn't qualifying the leads properly. And then from 271 conversations, right? So this right here is like a 2% qualified booking rate, which is really, really terrible. Well below industry standards, which I'm going to share with you. And it's basically like, it should be minimum 8%, like the booking rate. Right. And then she's having terrible show up rates, as in the show rates dropped from 90%. That's what she had with her human setters to 33% with this poorly built AI chatbot. No data tracking that's accurate, and also missed revenue opportunity, as in with the proper system. Like, we analyzed it, and DMs could be easily generating her 73.5K USD per month in revenue. And instead, she's only generating a fraction of that. So that's how big of an impact you can have when having the right DM setting department structure. So what is the best one that we found so far to work? Well, here it is. First of all, we need to understand the industry standard. Like, the minimum booking rate you should get is at least 8%, as I mentioned, and that should mostly be qualified booked calls. And in our case, out of 1,000 leads, we get at least 80 qualified booked calls consistently. And consistently is a big word, because if you have data going like this, like up and down, then your business will reflect that. And the results in your business will reflect that. And that's how you have a lot of stress. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if it's because of the framework, the team you have, etc. So here's how you can achieve, first of all, a high converting and an everlasting DM setting system with one AI and one human setter. And this system keeps on getting better and better and better every day as the AI models progress, and your human setters have this amazing lifestyle because they don't have to do the repetitive work that AI is doing for them. So first of all, you want to find a winning DM setting funnel, and that's the most leveraged activity that you can be doing, because like simple increases in conversion that happen when changing your DM setting funnel structure can lead to big results if you're generating tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars from your DMs. And the way to do that is by split testing different ones, or by watching some of my YouTube videos where I share the best, DM setting frameworks that you can implement and stuff like that. And the next thing you want to do is build an AI DM setter. And the reason I say build AI DM setter is because that's the future, right? AI is getting smarter day by day, doesn't have like a finite amount of energy. So because it's getting better and because it can do heavy work, handle 1,000, 2,000, or 10,000 leads a day, right? It can, like, the more you improve it, the more you can scale your business without having more human problems that come with it, because you can have the best human setter on your team, but they can only take a certain amount of leads, and the more leads you give them, the less of a less quality of conversations they will have with these leads, right? So that's why it's better to future-proof yourself with an AI DM setter. And the way to do that is to build it such that it can take 100 to 2,000 leads a day, depending on your volume. It should be trained on human setters data, as in it speaks and thinks like an intermediate human setter. And the best way to do that is to go from asking for contact details, which causes drop-offs, to asking curiosity questions. And instead of repeating the same words, acknowledge genuinely. Instead of speaking like a bot, speak like a friend. Instead of sending one block text, split the messages. All of these contribute to like this format of the conversation where you can see it's super healthy, it looks normal and authentic, and all of these messages sent here are by AI, right? And you need to make sure it sends out voice messages and video messages in your own voice, which grows trust with the leads. It sends personalized follow-ups based on each step of the appointment setting framework, adapts to the framework with each unique lead, disqualifies non-ideal avatars immediately because you don't want to waste your time on the sales calls with these types of leads, does the post-booking process, handles objections, and make sure you can handle errors and in new API updates that come up every week to ensure the system is running smoothly, because you will get a lot of errors. This is software. It's a normal thing to happen, but it's worth it because you're getting all the advantages of scalability, of instant responses, of AI models always like becoming better and better and smarter, right? So after you get a winning DM setting funnel and you have a great AI DM setter, then what you want to do is hire and train a DM setter, a human one, so that they can take over the conversations that are dropped off from AI. So you need to onboard them with all the info they need. These are like a few screenshots of all the info we share with them on onboarding, and hop on daily calls for 2 weeks straight to review the performance and feedback to improve. You can see those call recordings of me with the setters. And also after you do that, you want to quality control AI and setters performance on a daily basis for another 2 weeks. And that way you can make sure things are running smoothly, like they're sending screenshots in the Slack channels for where AI can improve, and you also send them feedback on what they can improve as well. And also after that, build the right data tracking systems to know the performance of AI and the human setters distinctly. That looks like this. And hire a developer to help you build a version of the AI setter, because it can always be better and more efficient. This is a screenshot of one of the main automations we have built, for example. So these are the steps we have followed to achieve, first of all, an average of 12% booking rates across clients, consistent performance. That's a big thing. 1 minute speed to lead, 24/7 coverage, 2K lead capacity per account, and also 80 to 90% automation with AI, right? So these are all the steps that you need to follow to have the best DM setting system or DM setting department structure in 2025 and on. Now, what are your next steps? If you've realized already, all these steps aren't easy to do. And that's why it has taken us more than 2.5 years, 2.5 years, to continuously develop and refine all the systems we have, including the sophisticated ManyChat sequences, hundreds of automations that we've built, highly converting and trust building frameworks for all niches, and also custom built AI setter, detailed data tracking system with the CRM, the KPI trackers, effective objection handling databases. Like all of these have been built throughout our efforts and time in the space. To be honest, we love building out amazing appointment setting systems. And personally, my vision is to master the skill set so I can deliver the best appointment setting systems in the industry. So yeah, I'm showing you all of this because it's obvious, like following all these steps might look maybe simple here, and we can go all day by me telling you, but there are lots of nuances in this thing. So that's why, ladies and gents, if we scroll down, if you want to partner up with my team and I, so we can set you up with the best AI DM setting infrastructure that you can have future-proof forever and even manage it for you 24/7. So that way you get the best booking rates, right? Here you can see like simple screenshots of the recent ones we had. You forget that you even have a DM setting team to manage, right? You don't have to put up fires of your DM setting department. You can fully focus on other departments you run, and you get access to the best insights we've gathered from the best coaches in the industry. Then all you have to do is book a call with me so we can break down your DM setting funnel from A to Z, spot opportunities for conversion rate increases, spot opportunities for building a more efficient DM team, which looks something like this, that can save you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars per year in wasted leads, payroll costs, and even conversions that we can be optimizing for your business. And if things click, we can discuss what our partnership can look like. So you can find my calendar link in the description below of this video. And if you maybe don't trust the work that we do, you can check out my channel. Like I share a lot of resources and a lot of case studies that prove that, hey, like this system actually works. So feel free to check it out as well. And as a side note, if you like building DM setting systems yourself, I have a free course that shows how I've built mine step by step. It shows like, I can say 30% of it because of course like 2.5 years cannot be condensed into a small course. So I try to share as much as possible, right? So you can also find the link in the description below. And as a last message from me to you, don't let your DM setting department ruin your good moments. Cheers.